of your summer in the Dallas Tech's Prep program. Congratulations to you and to your families and to parents that are here for the sacrifices that you have made to attend each day. I hope that you have come to find out a little bit about colleges during your time in the program this summer. We at UT Dallas are very interested in you as a student and hope that you will consider us as a place for your college education when that time comes about. We are relatively small, friendly, close to home, and very good academically. So think about us and consider us when the time comes about a decision for your college education. My undergraduate degree is in mathematics, and I'd like to say a few things about math since I've been doing math for about 50 years. Okay. Obviously, many years, many times the age of many of you. I know that math is one of the areas that you study these weeks and probably have some thoughts about it. Mathematics, to most people, is a static discipline based on formulas taught in courses, subjects that you take in school like arithmetic, geometry, algebra, and calculus. But in the real academic and business world, mathematics continues to grow at a rapid rate, spreading into new fields and applications. This growth is not characterized by calculations and formulas, but by math has expanded and is no longer just the language of physics and engineering. Mathematics is now an essential tool for banking, measuring, social sciences, and medicine. Mathematicians seek patterns wherever they arise. One of the factors in the change of mathematics is computers. Applications and theories have significantly expanded the role of mathematics in science, business, and technology. You will live and work using computers as routine tools and consequently need to learn more and different mathematics than I learned as an undergraduate student. For example, computer graphics changes the approaches to geometry in many ways. Classical geometry has not lost its value, but other needs also present themselves. Other changes in our as high school students. Number one, enroll in and do as much math as possible. Number two, use and get involved in the use of computers as much as possible. And for some of you that spent some time at UTD to learn a little bit about what you've learned about UTD, and congratulations to all of you. And you're welcome on the UTD campus at any time. Thank you.
Well, certainly a welcome to you all, and on behalf of the Engineering and Computer Science School, I would like to say it's been a pleasure having you on the campus in our building for some parts of those times. I'm here serving for Dean Osborne, who is not here today. But it's interesting that a couple of the things that Dr. Fair mentioned struck home to me as he was making his comments about the patterns that you have been learning. Certainly, as an engineer and scientific person, I have worked with many of those same patterns, but I wanted to take a slightly different analogy and mention something along the line of patterns. Are there any musicians in here? Anyone play an instrument? Okay. Have to practice scale? Good scale other fields. So what you're learning is key to where you're going to be going. And I think that most of you are familiar with a parable of seeds. And it has to talk about a sower who sowed some seeds and he went to some various places and different things happened to them based upon where they landed and how they were cared for. So Given the information that you have received at this particular time and where you're trying to go, I would hope that your minds are not like the rocky soil where the seed spouts and withers because the soil is weak. I hope that your mind will not be like some of the seeds that were sowed with other seeds of drugs, alcohol, and other emotions that get in the way of your final growth. But I do hope that what has been planted here are going to be the good seeds that are going to grow and yield you 100-fold times what was actually planted. So, as I said, Dr. Fair said he'd like to see you here in a few years. I'd like to be a little bit more specific. I'd like to see all of you here as freshmen, either computer science or engineering students. I will tolerate math, but please, I'd like to see you here as engineering students. And hopefully, a few years after that, that you're here as graduates, that I will be studying in the auditorium for marks. But again, I got a lot to say, so I'm going to take a little bit of your time. How many of you were able to come to the center this year on the field trip?
His name was David McKee.
You probably remember how I started, because my most important job, besides working for Southwestern Bell and being an educator at the Center for Learning, is I'm a parent. And first thing that I do when I'm talking to my two daughters is just make sure we are communicating. So if I could, let's go here or a little bit over like this, or stand up. Everybody stand up. Okay, you can sit down now. Straighten up chair. We can have a little conversation. The first thing I'd like to say to you is these people right here are the people that I'm honored to be on this agenda and presentation with are some great role models to start with. And I'd like to say to my colleagues, the great thing about, and this is for the second year in a row I've been asked to address you, the third year I've got to talk to you at the center, is that I'm not sure that they've signed up for our kid out of bed, give up their summer and their ball and swimming pool, and invest in themselves and key in a rigorous math and science and engineering preparatory program is fabulous. Parents, my hat's off to you. I said they were the second best role models. You're the best role models in the room. My congratulations to that. Since we're talking just a touch about preparation, and since I work for corporation, and if you will, would represent that. Again, the preparation that you're doing does not lock you into working for a corporation. Someday you may be an athlete, or you may be a professional, a lawyer, or a doctor. But another opportunity is just represent corporate America. And in no way do I want to take away through some of the things I'm going to say, and I'll be brief here, your ability to be a kid or fit in or be comfortable in your peer groups. But, it just seems to me, since you've done a couple of things, one, you promised me that you'll go to college, which is just a ticket, but a critical ticket. Without it, you're sidetracked. And you committed to me you'll do that. And two, you're willing to give up your summers to compete in an academic program like that, then I know preparation is important. So just let me ramble and just give you a few other things to just think about, because you're into preparation. You're into investing in yourself to make yourself prepared for professions, corporations, let's just call it business. Let me just start out with the concept of, and if you think I'm a nerd, feel free. My daughters tell me all the time, honesty and ethics.
prepare, because you know you got to be honest, and you know you have to have ethics to work in a corporation. Why don't you start by telling your parents the truth? Think about it. You know, if you're getting these corporations and I give you $50 million budget to manage, now do I want some kids just because they're good in math and science? Be a kid that's told their parents lies all the time? Or was afraid to have the intellectual honesty? And you have the intellectual capacity to do math, science, but the intellectual honesty to not to tell your friend the truth just because it might hurt their feelings but keep them out of trouble. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you to tell your parents the truth just to make you feel weird among your friends or uncomfortable in life, but you're in the preparation. You're doing this during the summer. Think about it. In the business world, there's 110 officers of Southwestern Bell. You know, there's 140,000 of us. You can imagine those 110 officers of women, men, all racial backgrounds. They make a real good living. Young men, none of them wear earrings. Think about it. Nobody exposes the backside in the professional and corporate world. Pull your pants up. I really want to say it. Really, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted you to think about continuing your preparation, maybe along a different life. You have many peers out there in your peer group that aren't thinking about preparation. So I probably wouldn't invest my time saying it. I just think it's something different for you to hear. Coming from the source, the world I live in, I think it might serve me well. Let me close by saying congratulations on being better than me, better than I was at your age. Parents, I'm with you. You're better than me too right now. Congratulations to you too for getting these young people in a program like that. I respect you.
Oh, was the Southwestern Bell certainly.
Yeah! One other quick thing. I forgot about this, but I'm about worn out my other. I run in it a couple mornings a week, and it doesn't hold the sweat well. This will do well.
I'm going to begin the awards part of our ceremony, and we're going to ask Dr. Mary Evans Fyatt, Vice President for Business and External Relations, to come forward and to hand out the awards. We're going to do these by campus. Sandra Cooler will be coming forward first and calling out the names of the students from ECO College.
It's a great pleasure to work with this program this summer. We had a great time taking field trips, and we also had lots of guest speakers come talk to all the students about different professions. And I think that all my students have easily very much. Before I call out the name of my students, I'd like to recognize my staff. Brandon Gideon. just for announcing. Robert Kinder. William.
Look up, DJ.
Michael.
Robin Kinder. Lou McGeehan. And last but definitely not the least, Alexis Taylor.
Go, Lexus. Go, Lexus.
And in the end, I would like to thank UTD and Ms. Montemayor for working with
As
us.
well as her staff has been excellent. Thank you very much.
Tonight is the Summer Project Director for the University of Texas here at Dallas campus for year 2 and year 3.
Good morning. First of all, let me express appreciation to the parents of the wonderful students that we have participating as second and third year students in the Tex Prep program. It's been a wonderful 8 weeks, and I would like to say to Mr. Garza and to Mr. McKee that all of the things that you mentioned that are so important for young people who are going to be continuing their education in college, and we know they are, and those who are going out into the workforce, that it's really, really important that you take note of the things that they have mentioned this morning. Our staff has tried to emphasize those things in many, many ways. Honesty, first of all, and also self-respect first, and then respect for others, the team effort, as well as putting forth their best effort in whatever they do. As second and third year students, we have also asked them to serve as models for other students, and especially those who are coming along behind them. And then finally, to make sure that they share their talents by giving service to others. So with that combination of things, we have seen our students respond beautifully to the kinds of things that you have emphasized. At this time, I'd like to ask, first of all, the third year students, if you will come and line up here to the far left, on my far left. Herminia Acevedo.
Can I get in here?
Renee Padilla. Jamero Berry III. Carl Biggins. Toshi Brackendahl. Joey Burrell. Van Joe Burrell. So thanks, Mr. McKee. And the really big ones that they have been working for, the third-year students, will be receiving computers. 3 of those students. Oh, Mrs. Montemayor wanted to mention that it was not only the computers, but the printers and a lot of software and all of the ancillary award for the third year and the third and fourth are made courtesy of the Tex Prep program for excellence in participation as well as academic performance in all areas of the program. So I'm going to start with year 2. The 4th award winner is David Wong. The 3rd award winner for year 2 is David Edekotu. The 2nd place winner for highest performance is Trin Tran. And the top winner for year 2 is John McCarthy. Thank you very much and congratulations to all. Name the top 4 winners academically. 4th place winner, Shamara Peppers. Third place winner, Brian Harris. Shamara's calculator is also connected to computers, so we'll be working on that together. See if she can get that computer and get it hooked up. 2nd place, Emmanuel Onyega. Emmanuel will also receive the 2nd computer. And then finally, but again, certainly not least, is the 1st place performer, academically and otherwise, in the whole program, is William McCall. our students to continue that great work because you have a lot to offer all of us in the 21st